to get real. It's REALTV. Two male gators fighting over a female. And it's about to get ugly. Watch the twister on its destructive march straight toward the house.
Oh my God.
The chase ends at a gas station. Now they're sitting on thousands of gallons of fuel that could ignite any second. Plus, surfing with the fishes. And the biker who makes a painful miscalculation. Wherever it happens, around the world, if it's real, it's REALTV. It's alligator mating season in today's top story. And a home video camera gives you a front row seat while two bull males get tough over a girl. This is Gatorland, a combination tourist park and working alligator farm in Orlando, Florida. Now every spring, boy gators start thinking about girl gators, and that's when the trouble starts. Here, the video camera rolls as a handler tries to break up a standoff between two big bulls. If you're squeamish, you might want to look away. As one male turns to head back into the water, the second male chomps down on his rear leg. Then he goes into a gator death roll, crushing the bones in his opponent's leg. You can hear them breaking. When we replay the tape, it looks and sounds absolutely horrible. But don't worry. Handlers break up the fight and say that Gator's leg will completely heal. And they say he'll be looking for love again next mating season. We can only wish him luck and suggest next time he might try flowers and candy to win the girl.
Yeah, get out of there with him. Yeah.
John Caldwell is capturing a tornado the only way you can, with a camera.
There it is on the ground.
The funnel of fury slams into a house next to John's Indiana farm.
Oh my God.
The blue sky is dotted with debris as the twister rips through his neighbor's property.
I don't know.
John's family has wisely retreated to the basement, but he and his buddy decide to keep watching and keep taping.
It's cold. Look at the debris.
Now it appears the tornado's next victim is another home just beyond those trees. It barely misses it.
Look at that. It's going to get that new house sitting over there, too. Yeah, there's a brand new house sitting over in that wood. They must have passed it, though.
Finally, it looks like it's starting to dissipate, but tornadoes are dangerously deceiving.
Yeah.
We see it regain strength, but there's a rainbow around this dark cloud. It's heading away from John's family. It's time for this lifelong resident of the area to think about the human ramifications of what he's just seen.
I felt bad about the neighbors. I was kind of afraid for them, that maybe someone would be hurt over there.
After reassuring his family, John heads for his neighbor's house. He finds plenty of destruction, but also plenty to be thankful for. That's the neighbors picking debris out of their yard. Much of their property is destroyed, but no one here is hurt.
I showed the neighbor the video. I let him have the tape of it. Man, he said he couldn't believe how hard it hit over there.
As for John, he says if a twister comes by his farm again, he plans to just listen and not watch.
If I see a tornado coming, I'll probably be heading for the basement.
Look at this.
Los Angeles firefighters and police are at the scene of a violent car crash. Fire Captain Buzz Clark heads up the rescue.
Where you can see the top of a power pole with the transformers down in the street with lines everywhere.
A few blocks away, police find the driver bloody and arrest him for leaving the scene of the accident. But what the fire crews don't realize is that the driver isn't the only victim. There's a passenger badly injured. Just as the rescuers are about to pack it up, Captain Clark makes an unbelievable discovery.
We walked over and looked up on the side of the building, and suddenly I saw the face of a man, and that turned out to be our second victim.
The collision with the power pole is so violent, it ejects the passenger Juan Ramos through the car's sunroof and lands him 15 feet above, on the top of an awning behind the sign of a Japanese restaurant.
He was in such a precarious position. He already had severe injuries, and I didn't want to injure the victim any further. So another firefighter and myself got up on top of the awning behind the sign and got a hold of him so that he wouldn't fall through. We got a flat underneath him and basically cut the canvas out from underneath the patient. We were able to lower him to the ground. He had a fractured humerus, which is the upper arm. His arm was bent back the other way. His lower leg was fractured in 2 places. His ankle was up around his knee.
Eventually, paramedics haul Juan to a waiting ambulance and then rush him to a hospital. Captain Clark is thankful he happened to look up at just the right time.
We would have drove away, and in the position he was in, nobody would have seen him for days. I've never been not be able to find a patient before, so it was pretty amazing.
Following the accident, the driver is charged with felony drunk driving and hit and run. Juan Ramos is recovering from his numerous injuries. Surfers shoot the pipe at the Billabong Surf Championships in Queensland, Australia. And one lucky guy is about to get the ride of a lifetime and a little unexpected company. 2 porpoises decide to hang 10, or make that hang fins with the surfer.
I've had that happen to me here at Snapper about 3 times, I think. I think that's the 3rd time.
Sure, it makes the wave a little crowded, but it's worth it. After all, you can always catch a wave, but catching one with a porpoise isn't easy. The standoff at the gas station. Coming up, it could blow, and there's a kids' daycare center just next door. And the bike ride he'll never forget.
Just kind of catapulted me straight onto my head.
Later, collision on the water. Could anyone survive? We've got the best tape every day. We're REALTV. You're watching REALTV.
This ain't the movies that you see. This is real life, real police work, and this is REALTV.
This is also the most terrifying police chase Corporal Pat Riley has ever been on. The Sumter, South Carolina Sheriff's Deputy is in hot pursuit of a white Oldsmobile, traveling at an astonishing speed.
We passed approximately 80 to 90 vehicles at speeds ranging from 100 to 130 miles an hour.
You heard right. He's hitting up to 130 miles an hour. And to make matters worse, the driver has a history of mental illness.
It's ungodly, the lives that are put in danger.
Through Corporal Riley's dashboard-mounted camera, we see the man put his hands in the air.
Put his hands up in the air like he don't know what's going on.
Then he weaves through these cars at speeds so high, he actually forces an unmarked police car off the road.
124 is 10-4, he almost 10-50, 3 vehicles.
The driver continues to put everyone in his way in mortal danger.
Fox County Unit 102, Red County Hamlet.
10-4, sir, 10-4, sir, 124 copy. I started thinking about my family, and knowing at that time I had to stop this.
Now what you're about to see will amaze even the most veteran police chase observers. Officers lay down a stop strip to puncture the car's tires. But watch what happens. The strip causes the suspect to lose control and sends his car spinning.
Base is 1050, 1050.
But this guy keeps on going.
Base back on the road. Just in my voice, you could tell it was just total shock, total amazement that he made it through there.
As he moves back into town, it's clear more direct measures must be taken. Behind this service station is a daycare center, and when the driver heads in its direction, cops cut him off right into a gas pump. In the center part of the screen, we see kids trying to escape this bomb waiting to explode.
transfer to an Exxon and a gas tank. He's still inside.
Incredibly, the driver refuses to even save his own life.
Turn the county fire department's on the way.
Now it's time for video proof that ordinary cops are extraordinary people.
No matter what he did, we had to save his life.
An officer jeopardizes his own life to push this potential killer to safety.
301 at 260 at the corner.
Even after all that, he still tries to escape.
He's taking off again.
But police quickly surround the car, break the windows, and we see Corporal Riley go after the driver.
Watch out! I got one hand in. Damn door. Around the front! Go to the front! Go to the front! Pull up!
Finally, they get their man and the fire under control. Later, the driver said he didn't remember a thing about the chase. But the same can't be said for Corporal Riley.
This chase overall was the most frightening, adrenaline-pumping, heart-stomping chase I've ever been in. And everything goes so fast. If it wasn't for in-car video, I wouldn't even recollect half of it. Video doesn't lie. It's the truth. 110% real time. Still in the vehicle. Gas tank's on fire.
Josh Saunders is an extreme biker with attitude. His playground is the urban obstacle course of Bothell, Washington. And when it comes to big air, Josh is fearless. Some say he's crazy, but he says that in this sport, gain and pain go hand in hand. It's a lesson that Josh is about to learn once again, but this time the hard way. The trick is called a feeble grind, and this is not the way it's supposed to go. In slow motion, you can see the bike's front wheel peg catch on the brick wall. The spill sends Josh over the handlebars and onto the hard pavement below. Miraculously, the amateur daredevil lives to tell the tale.
Here's where the marks start, where my back peg hit. My front wheel hit about here, and then it went over, and that's the mark that my front peg made when the wheel went over, and it just kind of catapulted me to where about that front wheel is, and straight onto my head. I just remember going over and then a little bit of hitting. I don't remember a whole lot else, and getting up and stumbling around. I fractured my 8th vertebrae and 5 contusions on my brain.
Despite the spill, Josh is back on his bike, doing tricks and trying to forget the one that nearly killed him. It's a terrifying crash. Coming up, the desperate search for the rider. And the octopus versus the scuba diver. And the beast has got his oxygen tube. Don't go away.
You're watching REALTV.
There's danger lurking in the waters off northern New Zealand. A group of jet skiers lines up to race, but sadly, one jet skier will never see the finish line. Racer Carl Amundsen is hit, bringing an end to the race and possibly his life. Take another look. Carl is spun around when he hits another jet skier. Then he's hit himself. Rescuers race to Carl's side. He's unconscious and his lungs are full of water. No one is sure if Carl is going to make it. But listen closely. That groan means Carl's in pain, but he's alive.
I thought it looked like a pretty spectacular accident. I was very grateful to the number of people that jumped in the water without hesitating and helped me get out there.
Carl suffered a cracked collarbone, a broken rib, and a broken leg. But unbelievably, he's back on his feet within a week and racing in less than a year. It's a desperate run for freedom along a crowded English highway. A camera in a copter puts us outside London, where police chase this stolen car. As the small station wagon races through the countryside, the driver cuts across every lane of the road. Here you see some trash tossed out the window in a feeble attempt to confuse the cops. It's time to use a bold tactic to bring this to an end. Watch these white police cars put the squeeze on this guy. Driver and passenger have nowhere to run and are quickly arrested. And an English highway becomes a safer place thanks to what's becoming known as the rolling roadblock. Divers venture into the cold waters off the Pacific Northwest with a video camera. They're ready to catch the wonders of deep-sea life on tape. But what they get is real TV. Watch what happens when an octopus gets the upper hand on his own turf.
He tried to get the one out of the den while they were filming the other one that was on the bottom.
Diver Doug Pemberton approaches the octopus den when the octopus suddenly attacks.
I got one arm out and it came up around my arm. And next thing I know, it came flying out and pancaked itself to my face.
Doug is caught off guard 30 feet underwater. The octopus's grip is so fierce, it pulls his breathing apparatus out of his mouth. He knows that at any second, the octopus could slash or bite him with its powerful beak.
It was going to have me for lunch. It was trying to drag me into the den. Finally, I managed to get the arms and tentacles and suckers off my face, and the octopus went back into its den again.
This experienced diver says he doesn't hold a grudge against the octopus that wouldn't let go. He finds out later the octopus had laid her eggs and didn't want them disturbed.
Usually the octopus doesn't bother you. They will just swim away. They're quite gentle. They're very curious. But they don't usually hurt you.
You're watching REALTV. You're watching REALTV.
In Naples, Florida, a young boy stands worried his dog is trapped inside a drainage pipe. Oxygen is quickly pumped in to secure the flow of air.
I think we need to go. If you don't find him there, we'll leapfrog every 50 feet.
2 hours into the rescue, firefighters finally pinpoint the pup's location and cut through the pipe's thick metal. If rescuers aren't careful, the blade they're using to save the dog could kill him as well. 5-year-old Patrick Moran paces frantically until finally the family's pet is free. Patrick's beloved dog, Sydney, is a bit dirty, but alive and well.